This is lecture 48, and it's about the 622 point group, 3D point group. That axial combination can be combined with a horizontal mirror plane to actually create a new 3D point group. So the only one that's going to matter is the horizontal. So it's quite analogous to the 422, which we just did in lecture 47. So just to speed our way along here, because it is quite analogous, we'll go relatively quickly. So recall that the um, the 422, had a fourfold symmetry here, and what we have is recall. We'll start off with the sixfold symmetry, but remember that in the 622 we have two twofold axes that are actually, so this is one set of twofold axes, right, that are coming out of the face of the hexagonal pyramid. So again, if you imagine our canonical shape again, it's going to be the same thing as it was for all these other ones. I'm going to have twofold axes coming out of here and one coming out of the edge, and the next one is out of the face. So these would be the ones out of the faces, right, which are 60 degrees apart. But 30 degrees, I'll actually still have another set of twofold axes. So the way I'm drawing this, these are all axes, not mirror planes. And there you have the 622. If we look at the elements here, I'm going to draw this to aid the eye. So the 622 every 60 degrees, I have the same motif. And of course, now I add so that's a normal 622, everything you're seeing right there. But now we're going to add our horizontal mirror plane. So let's add our sigma h, and voila, the same thing that happens to all of these things is this gets reflected back to the front. The front gets reflected to the back. And that tells us that we have mirror planes that are now along all the twofold axes. Both the ones that come out of the faces and everything. So these are all mirror planes, and so the notation is the same as it was for the other one, which is we have a sixfold axis perpendicular to that. We have a 2 over m and a 2 over n, and I'm sure that by now you can show that, remember, with the sixfold we have the inversion center because the the sixfold axis plus the perpendicular mirror plane is going to give us an inversion center, and so that is going to it's buried in here again. The 6 over m, 2 over m, 2 over m is there, but we don't need it actually to relate to all the different elements in this combination. So we have quickly disposed of our 622 because the 422 was very analogous, and we moved a bit slower in that one. But it's we produced this, and the student, can go through and look at the rest of these. And now we'll move on to 2.3, which actually has two extenders that matter. Both the horizontal mirror plane, which usually is giving us a lot of production here, but also the diagonal plane will give us something unique, just like the 2.3 did. And then finally, the last step will be to do the 4.3.2, which is horizontal mirror plane, and we'll have all 32